Hi, I'm Lynden Kidd, one of the career transition coaches with the Back to Work 50 Plus program, and I wanted to share something with you that I think is really, really important. So one of the things we all struggle with when we're working on a resume is all of that inner chatter, and it distracts us, and we don't like to meet ourselves as on the paper, if you will, as we're writing our resume accomplishment bullets. And it's challenging. It's seriously one of the most difficult parts of the job campaign process. And what I'd like you to hear in what I'm sharing is we get that. We understand that it's challenging. And the other thing that we know is as older adults that focus can be a challenge. And yet we know from research that focus is limited. In other words, we can't sit down and focus intensively for 1 hour. It's just not something our brains do. But we can sit down and focus fairly intensively for 20 minutes. So I was working with one of our clients recently, and we were talking about the challenge of being able to focus and to stay on task. So the first thing I want you to hear is if you're in that moment where you're working on your resume and it doesn't feel good, holy Toledo, it doesn't feel good. Naturally, we want to feel better. So we invest in ourselves and do things to distract ourselves. So we follow that rabbit or that squirrel or that bright shiny object. Or we do other things like, oh, suddenly we've got to do the dishes or the laundry, or we've got to vacuum or take the dog for a walk. Speaking of that, my dog's sitting up. At any rate, what I want you to get out of this is in order to get the task done, in order to really move forward and keep getting the task done and not sit down on the job, if you will, I want you to focus. And what I want to talk about is a focus technology, if you will, that might help. I will put the link for the website that I'm thinking about in the notes below, in the chat below, in the conversation below. But we're talking about something called the Pomodoro Method. And essentially, it's a timer, and it's an online timer. You could do this on your own, however. But the gist of it is that you set the timer for approximately 20 minutes, which is really the length of time that we can really commit to. And you say to yourself, okay, I am working on this for 20 minutes, and I'm focused and going to be very intensive about this. And so for 20 minutes, when you find yourself itching to go do dishes or do whatever, be distracted, stick with what you're doing and keep moving forward on your resume tasks. For example, if you're building accomplishment bullets. At the time when the timer goes off, and you don't have to watch it because the timer goes off, that's when you take a minute and a half break. And you can get up, move around, do all those, stretch a little bit, do all those things that allow you to reset, and then come back and you set the timer again and you go after it again for another 20 minutes. And then you take the brief break, less than 2-minute break, and then you come back and you focus for another 20 minutes. And at the point that you've accomplished approximately 60 minutes of focus time, then you can take a longer break. Then you can go get a drink of water or refresh your water or refresh your coffee or whatever you need to do. But you can take a longer break, which again allows your body to reset. Sometimes being physical helps. So going for a quick walk around the neighborhood or checking out your backyard, especially if you've got a garden this time of year. So investing in yourself for a little longer break, but again, not getting so distracted that you're completely away from your task at hand. And then come back and invest in another hour based on those 20-minute increments. And I would bet you'll find that you have significantly better results as a result of committing to this process than you might have otherwise. So we're leaning into how our brains work, how we are as humans, recognizing that this is emotional work. We don't like emotional work. We want to feel better, so we distract ourselves. So narrowing your opportunity to be distracted and to continue with focus is really what counts. So I wish you all the best. As I said, I'll put the link to the timer below in the comments, and I wish you all success using the Pomodoro method to help you manage your focus and getting your resumes done and building strong accomplishment bullets. So take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you very soon.